Hi, everyone. I'm Beth Tuck from Jewish Big Brother, Big Sister. It's so great to have all of you here today at our Scoop and Slice event. This is a really, really special event that we have today. I want to welcome all the bigs, all the littles, all the friends, family members, maybe even a little bit of rain in just a few minutes. Hopefully we'll escape that. But this is going to be an incredible way for us to go behind the scenes and see how flatbread is made, also known as pizza, and also how we make ice cream. Now, for those of you who know me, I love ice cream. So I am so excited to see how you can actually make ice cream using the freshest ingredients and also liquid nitrogen. Just to give you a quick introduction of myself, I've been a big sister for 18-ish years. I met my little sister when she was 7 years old. And I'd say we're probably not big and little anymore. We're more friends. She's an incredible person who lives in the Boston area. And I'm a member of the board. And also I'm known as Captain Beth, who is the head of the Rodman Ride bike team for Big Brother, Big Sister. And usually every year in September, a whole bunch of us go out on our bikes and we support incredible agencies like Jewish Big Brother, Big Sister and ride our bikes. This year is a little bit different because of all the crazy things going on in the world. So this year we're biking, we're hiking, we're swimming, we're doing yoga, we're eating ice cream, we're walking, we're eating flatbreads, pizza. And we're just doing incredible different things for us to be able to support agencies like Jewish Big Brother, Big Sister. So with that, I think we're gonna get moving quick because the thunder is moving in. Today we have an incredible opportunity to go on a tour with 3 chefs, Chef Louie, Chef Tom, and Chef Alyssa. And before we get going and meet those incredible chefs, I'm gonna introduce you to my friend Jason. Jason Kleinerman and I met about 10 years ago in Boston. He's one of the owners of these 2 incredible businesses. He's gonna say hi to you very quickly and then we're gonna move on with our tour. So come with me, and Jason's sitting right over here in this beautiful outdoor space here at the Rail Trail Flatbread Company.
Hi guys, thank you, Beth. I just wanted to take a second to really thank all of you guys watching out there for honoring us with being the replacement for the Rodman Ride for Kids in your fundraiser. Unfortunately, with COVID, we can't do all the things that we normally do, but I was really happy that Beth gave us this opportunity to be part of the Jewish Big Brother, Big Sister family. And, you know, I hope that you guys have fun. It's flatbread pizza, it's ice cream. So get in there with the dough, get in there with the cream, have a little fun. Beth is going to take you along for a little fun ride today, a little journey. And don't forget to play along at home with your crossword puzzles and your word finds. So have fun. And Beth, take it away.
Thanks, Jason. I just saw the first stroke of lightning, so I think that means we are going inside, folks. So come with me. There's the thunder, and we are going to go right through the door. I'm going to put on my mask here. I want to make sure that we all stay safe, and we're going to start our tour. So the first person that we're going to meet today is Chef Louie. And before I walk in, I'll just tell you a little about Chef Louie. Chef Louie is the man who is in charge of making sure that everything is prepared before it gets upstairs ready to go. So Chef Louie makes sure that there are so many different fresh ingredients and preparation that's ready for pizza, flatbreads, and every other thing that is made in this incredible kitchen back here. So follow me through, I think we're in a closet right now, a lot of really cool spices and juices and sauces, to the man himself, Chef Louie. How are you, Chef?
Good. How are you doing today? Everybody doing well today? My name is Louie. I'm responsible for all the prep, all the dirty work. We buy all the product. We make all the stuff. We prep it. And Chef upstairs, he takes care of all the glory. It's like football, you know, we're the offensive line and Chef is the quarterback. He brings it in for the touchdown. We clear the path for him. So right now, we're going to get started. I'm going to bring you into my prep sanctuary over here. and get you guys started. Just follow me. You can see here, this is my boy Brian. He's portioning some dough for us. So he's making small and large doughs for us. And this is the way it's portioned. Like we do large and small. And he's rolling them out for you like that, just so you can see.
So what sizes do you make?
We make small and large. We do like an 8-ounce small dough and a 16-ounce large dough. You know, and that's how the dough is rolled and portioned.
So how many doughs do you go through a day? There's a lot of dough in this place back here.
Oh yeah, we sell probably an average of 200 small and 200 large a day. So we make upwards of 800 pounds of dough every week. So we make a lot of dough, and I'm gonna show you a little bit here on how we make a dough. I'm gonna get you started a little bit. So this is water. We have a water is 70 degrees, right? So we're gonna bring you over to my wonderful 80-quart mixer here. So Hobart 80-quart mixer. We're gonna put the water in. All right, you see all that stuff. Now we're gonna do a 3-step process here. We're gonna put the yeast, sugar. I'm gonna put my gloves on now because I'm gonna get into the water. Just give me a second here.
Chef Louie, how many pizzas have you ever eaten in one day by yourself?
I could say I can eat one large one, you know, but if I sit down, I'll be sleeping right after that. So I tend not to eat during work because really slows me down. But I could probably maybe eat 2 in a whole day.
You could probably eat as much pizza as I could eat ice cream.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe. I don't know about that. Anyhow, this is called a dough starter. It's basically all-purpose flour, rye flour, and water, equal parts of each, and we put it in to help with the yeast. So it goes right into the water, pour it in there, shake it up, and then I'm going to take this whip over here, and I'm going to whip it all up to get mixed together so the yeast can start getting activated. We're going to let it sit there for about 5 minutes. I'm going to take you into a journey over here through my walk-in. This is a produce walk-in, dairy, and we keep all our dough in here. As you can see, it's organized, nice and neat. You can see there. All right, let's follow me back in here, outside. So most people think dough is just like mixed flour and water, and then it's ready to go. Our dough is a 3-day process. We make the dough one day. We'll put it in containers like this. We'll cover it. We'll put it in the walk-in. We'll let it rise for 24 hours. The second day, we'll do what Brian does, portion the dough. And then the third day, we'll send it upstairs to our quarterback, Chef Tom, and he'll do the process of cooking it, bringing it in for a touchdown, and the customers take it home. You know, so now I'm going to go over here, and we're going to show you how we do the dough. Most important thing, dough is precise. So we always use the timer. So I use my phone as my timer. Just getting it set up for you guys here. All right. So I'm going to take this 50-pound bag of flour. We use a high gluten flour. A week, we go through about a week or 25 bags. So now I'm going to raise the wheel up here, guys. This is a crank over here, as you can see. Different speeds. Very important to have it on speed 1. If you have it on speed 4, there'll be flour all over the basement. So now, before I get started, got a little mixed up here. There we go. I'm going to put salt in first, okay? And then I'm going to start the mixer. I'm going to press the timer. I'm going to wait about a minute or so, and I'm going to put the oil in. Since we all get distracted, we like to keep a timer so people can see it over there. So as soon as it gets to about a minute 30, I'm going to add the oil in.
That mixer is huge.
Huge. Most important thing is safety. Never put your hand in there while it's turned on, because that's an accident waiting to happen. So once it starts looking like this, in about 30 seconds or so, we're going to put the oil in, and we're going to let it mix up.
So it looks like the ingredients in there are starting to form a dough just a little bit right now.
Just a little bit. It takes about 15, 16 minutes for the gluten to activate, so you have to mix it for at least 15 to 16 minutes. Otherwise, the gluten won't activate. It won't turn out right. Won't be crispy. All right, so now I'm going to slowly pour in the oil. As you can see, it'll start turning and going. I mean, we're only at like under 2 minutes right now, so that's going to mix another 13 minutes anyhow.
Have you ever made a pizza with just one batch?
No.
Would that pizza never fit in the oven?
No, it would never fit in the oven. It's way too big. Way too big.
Amazing amount of pizza dough in there, everyone.
Right, and so right here, if we back up a little bit over here, I'm going to take this cover, and you'll magically see what a dough looks like. So that's what it looks like when it's done.
That's beautiful, Louie. That's
Nice.
really...
It's got like a smooth texture, a good feel to it, you know, and that's what dough should look like when it's done. And again, this is like I would cut up the dough and I would put it in here, stack it in the walk-in, 24 hours, and then we'll cut it the next day.
Tell them how much you love massaging the dough.
I love massaging the dough. It's like one of my favorite things to do. When it feels right. When it doesn't feel right, it's not a good thing. All right, let me take you one more place over here, just so you can see we do our prep over here. Over here is our meat prep. We have all our like wings, vegetables, bacon. Just take a walk around. Just look around over here so you can see basically.
Is it true, Louie, that the Rail Trail Flatbread Company makes more than flatbreads?
We do. We make everything from scratch. There isn't anything in this kitchen that isn't made from scratch. From dressings to bread, everything is homemade. We even, one of the few places, we make our own mozzarella sticks. We get mozzarella, we cut it, we bread it, and we serve it. So we're the only ones that do that. Not many people do that anymore. So everything is made from scratch. You know? So down here with the dirty work, so that's how it works, guys.
That's amazing.
So he's our quarterback, so I'm going to pass it up to our quarterback for you guys to go upstairs. It was a pleasure talking to you guys. Hope you enjoy the rest of our show.
Thank you, Chef Louie. It was really, really an honor.
Nice. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot. Okay, so I hope everyone's still following along. That dough is absolutely amazing. I wish I could make a flatbread out of that myself, but I'm going to leave it to the experts because, well, that's just not my forte, people. Okay, so the next person I want to introduce you to is another fantastic chef. He has his roots here in Boston and some very well-known restaurants in the city, and he loves being very creative with all the flatbreads on the menu. So with that, I'd like to introduce you to Chef Tom.
Thank you again. I'm Chef Tom. And before we get to my segment, I just want to kind of touch on some important things about our dough. Out of the systems and how we build the dough base, right over there, we talked about the dough starter. That dough starter is a Gold Rush era dough starter. So it's about 100 years old. And why is that important? So we feed it every day like it's our baby. So we call it our baby. And that is what imparts flavor into our dough. It gives it that sourdough touch that makes our dough unique compared to other pizza places and other restaurants that serve pizza. That's why we're a flatbread company. We're unique because of the different steps and standards that we put into our dough and our process. So the 3-day process is also about building flavor, and that's what we're all about at Rail Trail, is building flavors and different profiles, not only to make us unique, but to give our guests something that they've never had before. So we're gonna be walking through our dish pit area here. This is essentially where all the magic happens. If it wasn't for our dishwashers, this place wouldn't run. So big shout out to them. And as we walk through, so Rail Trail through COVID looks so different compared to where we were before. We kind of turned this area, which used to be our dining room, into a takeout location. So we have a larger output. So this is our awesome wood-fired oven. It sits at about 800 degrees. We use all hardwoods. The oven was built right in the space that it's in. We had some masons come in and build it on site.
Is it true that you actually had to reinforce the building to put such a heavy oven in here?
Yeah, so like how you see skyscrapers are built with the beams and the structural enforcements, we have the same kind of beams downstairs where they hold up this large mass. It's about, I'd say about 11,000 pounds. So extremely heavy, and it's not going anywhere. So we have the structural reinforcement downstairs to make this beautiful oven the size and quality that we were looking for. But outside of that, we're getting into our dinner service. So right now, I'm gonna bring you over into the flatbread station right behind you. This is Oscar. And then, who do I have over here? We have Papa Jose, and then we have Cobra. They're getting us ready for dinner. Oh, so we're gonna slide in here. So right now for dinner, they have all these doughs stretched so that we can pump out as much food as possible. And we're gonna just slide over here to watch the process. So what we have here is a dough stretching machine. I'm gonna pass off this mic to you. For a long time, we had been just doing stretching by hand, and we got so busy that we had to actually buy this cool stretching machine to optimize efficiencies, to make sure that the consistency of the dough is always the same. So what I'm gonna do here, this is a small dough. I pre-stretched by working the dough and getting it to a certain point, and then I just drop it in through here, and it shoots out this side. And then I adjust it and I move it around, and then I pass it through. So, and basically it's completely even on all sides, and then I just do a quick toss and a stretch, and that's all I'm looking for. So I'll pull out a board here.
How did you learn this technique?
My first restaurant, hey Papa, my first restaurant I worked in was just an Italian pizza joint, and we did all hand stretched doughs. So this is something that I learned 21 years ago. So my first job was at an Italian restaurant, all hand stretched pizzas. And then this next step is something that, through research and just understanding food, we season every dough. So this is a roasted garlic oil. We take a bunch of oil and a bunch of garlic and we put it in our oven, and we slow roast it in the oil. It flavors the oil, and then we take the garlic itself, and then we puree it, and we use that as one of our bases, one of our ingredients that people can order, like a white-based, garlic-based pizza. So I'll show you what we do is we'll take every flatbread gets the same process of garlic oil from edge to edge. And then we do a little bit of oregano. We season high so that we get a good surface area and even output. If you try seasoning from here, you're just gonna get small bunches in one area. So it's very important to season from above and start from one end and end at the other. You don't wanna overdo it because other dressings like our ranch base for our chicken bacon ranch, they have a lot of flavors in it too. So it's just very important that everything is even and applied the same way so that we have a consistent product. And then once they're done here, they rack it up on these speed racks. So that our next step with our toppers over here. So to kind of go over our ingredients, it's the freshest ingredients that we can possibly get. And we take them and we season and roast all of our vegetables. And the reason why we do that is to make it so that there's not a big pool of water on our flatbreads. If you get a pizza or anything like that with fresh vegetables, you tend to see like a big pile of water in it, and it makes your pizza soggy. So this way it keeps our flatbreads nice, crispy, and not like a sponge, essentially. Our tomato base is just pure tomatoes. We don't do anything to it. It's the closest to fresh out of the field as we can get. It's just a crushed tomato base where the flatbread's already seasoned, salt, pepper, oregano with the oil, and then we apply all of our other ingredients. So it's super fresh, super tomatoey, unlike your traditional pizza spot where it's very seasoned, it's a lot of different spices. They kind of hide that genuine tomato taste that I enjoy. It's tomato seasons, guys, so I love my garden, and that's one of my favorite vegetables. Fruit, I mean, is a tomato. So I'm gonna jump in here, and I'm just gonna build a flatbread for you guys.
Thanks so much, Chef Tom. Let's watch a flatbread being made. This is just incredible operation here. I can't even tell you how many flatbreads are going back right now. So it looks like Chef Tom has taken a large crust, if I can tell. Oh, he's gonna make two for us. I wish I could share these with you. He's gonna make a small and a large.
The two that I'm gonna make for you today are originals on our menu. These are flatbreads that have been on our menu since day one, and we can't bear to take them off because they're so popular, they're so approachable, and they're just a good flavor combination. So I'm going to do a large Hawaiian, and I'm going to do a small farmer's. Go.
That sounds incredible. I was looking at the menu before we started today, and those were some of the flatbreads that I was looking to maybe taste.
So the Hawaiian is a barbecue base that we make in-house. We just swirl it on there. A little bit of caramelized onions. We portion everything just for consistency.
That looks delicious.
So the pork is cooked in the oven, low and slow. I'm going to add some cheese to this. We portion all of our ingredients just so everybody gets the same experience.
And that is a vat of cheese. I've never seen so much cheese before.
On like Fridays and Saturdays, we use a much larger container. So it's kind of a lot of cheese. And then we put a little bit of pineapple. People say pineapple shouldn't be on flatbreads or pizza, but we make flatbreads, so it's acceptable. I'm going to hand it up over here.
This looks a little more traditional.
A little more traditional. So the farmer's is just our veggie flatbread. Some of the ingredients go underneath the cheese and some don't. So roasted zucchini, artichoke parts, a little bit of caramelized onion, broccoli, then cheese. And then on top we do black Guatemala olives. We chop them up very small and spread it out because it's a very strong flavor profile. So we just want a little bit of that. And then I'm gonna slide it over to the oven. Oh. All right, guys, so into the oven, right by you, Brian. Okay. So this isn't this. All right, so in the oven we go. The small farmers, I tend to start the flatbreads closest to me so they can start their bake, and then I'll slowly start moving them around and get them closer to the fire to finish.
So how hot is this oven? It looks really hot.
So right now it's about 800 degrees, and there's nothing in there. There's no propane or anything like that. It's just all wood fired. We control the temperature by the size of the fire that we have. So right now it's a medium-sized fire, good bed of coals. And you don't want to move it too early. I just knocked into it a little bit, but
I mean, it's summer outside, but it's amazing. In here, it feels like we have a nice warm fire going, and it's a cold, wintry day.
it's sauna-like at this point, especially.
I'll tell you,
But
it's hot over here.
like this is
Yeah.
yeah. And this is a small Hawaiian. We'll throw it on there. And then as it comes out, Fabiano, he'll take it, he'll cut it, and he'll serve it to the guests. Once the dough has risen, and I can see that the cooking process has begun, I'll slowly start checking it to see if I can move it, because I constantly want to move the flatbreads around so that the cooking is even. Because if you just leave it and set it there, the fire is obviously only going to cook from one side, which, you know, that's all it can do. The way that the oven is built, it's rounded. If you want to get it up and under, and you can kind of see inside of it, it's rounded so that the heat will actually bounce off the back and kind of like help project the heat in a different way. Got little tails, and we call them stuffed breads here. This is a gluten-free, so we try to, you know, have things on the menu that if people have restrictions or allergies, that everybody can enjoy something from Rail Trail. So that's nicely done. And as you can see, the oven cooks pretty quickly. It takes about 2 to 3 minutes for the oven to bake. And we always got to be conscious of the bottoms and how they're cooking. Are they light? Are they dark? Because there are hot spots in the oven that can burn the bottom very quickly, and we just got to be conscious of that.
So there's a lot of science that really goes into making a pizza the best it can be.
Yeah, and it's a lot of like feel. It's like understanding how the oven works and being on it.
Have you ever had a failure with one of these flatbreads just come out well?
Yes, there's been a lot of trial and error. So nicely cooked, even bottom. Nice browning around the crust. The cheese is melted nicely, and that's what we look for. So that's our Hawaiian. And so it's a little light for me still, but that side's great. So I'm just going to put it on this side, brown the edge of the crust a little bit, I also check underneath. The bottom looks great, so I'll hold the peel underneath of it because I just want to cook that one edge. And golden brown all the way around is what we look for. And I think we achieved that. So that's our process. And that's it for me, guys. I appreciate you tuning in and seeing all the hard work that we put into basically our jobs, I suppose. So really appreciate it, guys. And I guess you're on to the sweeter part of our business with Chef Alyssa. I hope you guys enjoyed.
Thanks so much, Chef Tom. That looks amazing. I'm going to come back in just a little bit and probably dive right into some of those.
Awesome, guys.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So everyone, we are going across the street right now. I'm probably going to stop talking for just a minute because we're crossing a busy street and we want everyone to be safe. It's also pouring outside, like really, really, really pouring. So we might lose connection for a sec, but if we do, we will pick it back up and we are going to run. So, hey, it's fun to do these kinds of things. So bear with us, we won't get too wet, and we'll see you across the street for some delicious ice cream. Oh, geez. Do we even have an umbrella? Okay, ready, set, go!
Yes, right? No, we got it.
You got it?
Hold on.
Yep. Okay. Okay. Hi, everybody. We made it across the street. It is pouring cats and dogs here, but hopefully I'm not too wet. This is the new City Microcreamery. Zach will show us the sign if he doesn't get too wet. And we're going to be walking in to meet Chef Alyssa. So give us 1 sec and we're going to go find her. Good. Hey, look who it is. It's Chef Alyssa.
Welcome to New City.
So I'm going to hand the mic off in just 1 second. Chef Alyssa is an incredible chef. She's worked in many different restaurants in Boston, some of the top. And the flavors that she uses here and takes the freshest ingredients and makes them into ice cream, I can't even fathom how she comes up with it, but she does an amazing job. So here she is to show us how they make ice cream.
Hi, welcome to New City, everyone. I hope everyone's staying dry out there instead of us over here. So we're gonna go and we're gonna take a little walk around so we can show you guys what's going on in the kitchen, what kind of ice cream we got going on, and then we're gonna show you how we make some ice cream. I'm making some right now. Okay, so I'm gonna pass you back and we'll walk around.
Awesome. And let me tell you, right now we're up in the city of Hudson, and the Rail Trail Flatbread Company and the City Microcreamery are across the street from each other. The New City Microcreamery is also in Cambridge. So when the time is right and you want to go out and enjoy some pizza or flatbreads and ice cream, please do so. It's a really great place here.
Okay, great. We actually got kind of a line. So to keep everything safe, I think we'll go around in the kitchen side and you guys can see the behind the scenes entrance too. So I don't know if you guys know, but here at New City, we make everything ourselves in-house by hand. So we take milk straight from a farm about 30 minutes down the road, and then we cook all the base ourselves. We steep the flavors ourselves. Anything that we spin into it, like chunks of brownie or fudge, we make ourselves as well. And we spin everything with liquid nitrogen, which is a liquid state of nitrogen, which is in the air. And it sits at about negative 350 degrees Fahrenheit. It's odorless, tasteless, colorless. When we add it into it, it evaporates. And then it's not gonna really be in there anymore. But what it's doing is it's freezing our ice cream so cold and so fast that it makes the tiniest little ice crystals possible, and it makes it super smooth and creamy, like silky soft, like a puppy's ear, pretty much.
So it's making ice cream kind of like a science project?
It is a science project, yeah. Like there's a lot of things about how hot things are all the time, and like the percent of sugar in it and other solid materials as opposed to just milk and cream and flavor and go. In order to get it just right, there's a lot of like science and measuring that goes into it all the time. So I'm gonna, okay, sure. Let's see. We'll put
I see some mixing going on. This liquid nitrogen stuff is really, really incredible.
Yep, so we get it in here. So this holds about 15 liters, and we use about 2 of these for every batch of ice cream. I've already kind of given us a jump start on our base here. We're gonna make cookies and cream today. So we have our sweet cream base with Oreos, right? Okay.
So what do you have in here?
So here's the sweet cream base. It's like our basic base that we use as a building block for pretty much everything we do. So in it is milk, cream, sugar, salt, something called dry milk powder. So it's like the milk sugar to make it extra, like to help fill everything out so it's not as sweet, but it also still stays really smooth and creamy. It helps keep the ice crystals from forming. And then we put a little bit of stabilizer in there just to keep everything emulsified together. So this has been on speed 1 for a little bit. It's going to be a little faster than we usually do it because I jump started it, so you guys don't have to wait the whole time. But so on speed 1, we're going to start pouring. So like I said, you can see it go in, and all this gas is the liquid nitrogen evaporating, right? Because to be liquid, it's so cold. When it contacts with the air, and especially like moisture and stuff, it's going to start to evaporate like this. And all of this is just the excess stuff that comes off. The liquid nitrogen itself is, because it's so cold, it can be dangerous, but it's not like, you don't need to wear like a hazmat suit pretty much to use it. You don't want to like stick your whole arm in it, but if it splashes on you, you're fine.
This is really funny because you were just in an oven and now we're in a freezer.
People ask us if we're like cold all day, but this is the cold part, and making the ice cream is very hot. Do you guys have any questions that you think they would love to hear me answer about what's going on?
So what's going to happen after you pour all this liquid nitrogen in?
Okay, so it's going to get firmer. So right now we're going on a lower speed. So we're spinning kind of slow. We would call the process spinning. And what we're doing right now is we're adding a little bit of air into it, but mostly we're getting it just cold enough so that we can whip it faster, so it doesn't like splash everywhere, and then we'll really start to add some air into it. Most ice cream that you eat is about 50% air, and that also helps give it the right texture. It's not like no one's trying to like cheat you out of ice cream. If you just froze it, it would just be sweet frozen milk. It wouldn't have that like creamy, smooth, like melt in your mouth kind of thing. It'd just be like a really weird ice cube kind of. So right now we're probably almost there. For speed 2.
So tell me about bases. What is a base?
Base is what we call literally like the liquid part that we cook with all the ingredients for flavor and for texture, that then gets turned into ice cream. So the liquid that you start with is what we would call the ice cream base. So sweet cream is our standard one. We also have like vanilla, chocolate, and then we have a bunch of specialty ones, which will be like our sweet cream base, and then we steep things in it. Steeping would be when you have flavored ingredients that are usually solid. So like if you took cinnamon sticks and you put it in hot milk and it started to taste like cinnamon, that would be steeping. All right, so we're pretty thick right now. I'm gonna turn her up and really start to add some air into it while we freeze it a little bit more.
So these beaters are much, much, much larger than the ones I have at home.
That's, yeah, the one you have at home is probably about 3 quarts. This is 60 quarts.
So how much ice cream does that make?
So when we make one batch, we put in 20 quarts of liquid. So that's 5 gallons. And we come out with 9 gallons of ice cream. And we'll make about, on average in the summer, we make about 10 batches this size every day. So we make like 90 to 100 gallons of ice cream every day.
Have you ever eaten a whole gallon by yourself?
Oh, not at once. I'm sure total the amount would disgust me. The having to check for quality every day is definitely not a downside of the job, I would say. We probably have, on any given day, we probably have about 28 flavors available, and in our like log of flavors, we have almost 200.
So what are some of your favorites?
Definitely some of our like big crazy flavors that we do that have like a million things in it. So we just finished doing red velvet cake, which is great. So that's it has red velvet cake batter in it, and then we do chunks of red velvet cake and cream cheese swirl in it. Right now we also, I'm not sure, it's either out today or coming out tomorrow. We're doing pineapple upside down cake, which has so much stuff in it. It's just so crazy. We do like pineapple ice cream, and then we do like candied cherries, cake chunks, roasted pineapple pieces, and like a big swirl of brown sugar that like melts into this really delicious like syrup in there. I love that stuff.
So how are you inspired? These flavors are very different than chocolate or vanilla.
I guess a lot of it, like some of the most exciting ones that's like exciting for us and exciting for like almost everyone who walks through the door would be like basing them off like things that people are already really nostalgic about or really excited about. Like, I don't know, I'm probably like just the right age where like me and people older than me, like your grandma probably made pineapple upside down cake when you were a kid at some point. And like one day I remembered like eating it for my brother's birthday, and it was his birthday, and I was like, we're making that as an ice cream. We're doing that today. And then we figured out how to do it, and there it was. So we're probably almost done. So see how thick and fluffy it is now? We started like all the way down here, and now we're all the way up. Probably needs like another 60 seconds, and then we'll add more Oreos than most of you have probably ever seen in your life. So in this, we're gonna put 7.5 pounds of Oreos, and we probably go through about 150 pounds of Oreos every week, which is exciting. So we're gonna put all of these Oreos in there.
Have you ever seen that many Oreos?
I have a stack of boxes like as tall as I am upstairs.
Wow. And you don't lick all the filling out first, you just crunch them together. Okay, that was a good one.
All right, so we're just gonna put a tiny bit more in, and then we're gonna add so many Oreos, and then we're gonna take it out and put it in these big buckets.
Wow, I wish my science class was like this.
We have done like sometimes we do like things like this for science classes and stuff like that. And we do something for the chemistry team at Hudson High every year. They do like a big thing with for Halloween, and we do like a mad scientist thing with them. It's a lot of fun. All right. Okay, so we're at the right point. So it's firm enough that it like holds itself up is what we're going for. It doesn't look really wet anymore. So now we're gonna add some Oreos. So many Oreos.
Guys, don't ever buy this many Oreos. This is just too many Oreos, but it looks delicious.
There's no such thing as too many Oreos. Ta-da! All right, let those mix in, and then we'll pull her off.
You also make cones here too?
We do. We make our own waffle cones here. If you guys want to see that, I think Araya can make us some waffle cones in a second. Okay, let's go over and find Araya. Where's Zoe? Hey. Hey, guys. So this is Araya and our front of house team. Whoop. So we're scooping some ice cream right now. We got all these lined up with different flavors in it. Hey Zoe, can I see you to show them how you make a waffle cone? Yeah. So Zoe's gonna finish that up, and then we're gonna do a waffle cone over here. Oh, cool. Whoop. Whoop. So I'm gonna pass you guys off to Araya. I'm gonna do the heavy lifting part, and then you guys can make it.
Okay, we'll be right back over. Hi, Araya. Thanks so much. So maybe we can just see kind of the quick version of this, and then we'll go back. So it looks like you've got a ball of, is it?
We make our house-made dough. We make cones every day.
Oh, we make house-made dough. We make our cones every day.
And is that a big waffle iron there?
Yeah, it sure is. How we make all of them. And then we just put the timer on, we wait. And then when it's ready, we'll twist it up in here and it'll be all set. Something made already.
Wow, those are incredible. Do a lot of people come and get their ice cream in waffle cones?
Yeah, a lot of people do the house-made waffle cones and come just for those.
So what's your favorite flavor here?
My favorite flavor right now would probably have to be key lime pie. It's like one of our best ones we have on the menu.
Key lime pie. That sounds delicious.
It's really, really good.
Thank you for sharing that. What other kinds of toppings do you put on your ice creams?
We have crushed up homemade waffle cones, which we call falling apart. We do tutti frutti, which is like crushed up fruity pebbles. We have golden nuggets, which is cornflakes that we salt and roast in the oven. Sprinkles for everybody, rainbow or chocolate, our house-made hot fudge and caramel. We have all sorts of stuff for everybody.
That's incredible. And so the buzzer's going off, everyone. And if you can see, that waffle is a little sticky, but you know, we're doing the best. So we won't give this to anybody who's gonna buy it, but maybe we'll just eat it ourselves. So watch out. But she just rolled that right together into a waffle cone. That's amazing.
No, we do our best. Yep.
That's awesome. Thank you so much. Okay, and now we're gonna finish off, everyone, by going back to see Chef Alyssa. I know we're just about out of time, but this vat of ice cream, I can only call it a vat, it's just absolutely amazing. So what are you doing?
So we're putting this guy, we're gonna store them in these 3-gallon tubs, and then we're gonna bring them up to our deep freezer upstairs, where we probably have maybe 100 of these at any given time. So right now we're just gonna, it's gonna make a little bit more than 3 of these because we put so many Oreos in.
It almost looks like marshmallows.
Yeah, it looks, so yeah, so it looks really soft right now, kind of like soft serve, and then we'll freeze it overnight, and that's where it'll get hard enough to be able to see.
Awesome. So maybe we could just finish out by scooping something from the front.
Yeah, sure.
And then we'll just do a quick quick
awesome.
end.
Here,
Yeah,
let's
thank
do it.
you.
And then we will take one of these beautiful waffle cones that you want to try and make. Put it in. So we'll get some of our delicious ice creams. We wanted cookies and cream like we just spun. Take a big old scoop.
How many flavors do you have each day here?
We have about 28 to 30 flavors every day.
Wow, that is beautiful.
There you go. Start to finish cones and ice cream.
Awesome. Alyssa, Chef Alyssa, thank you so much for this
Thank you
tour.
guys for listening and watching. It's so exciting to be a part of this with you guys, and I hope everyone really enjoyed it and had some fun today.
Awesome, thanks. Hey, Zach, if you want to follow me for 1 second, I'm going to grab this on the way
Oh
out.
yeah,
Is that
please
okay?
do. Help yourself.
Okay, everyone, we're going to just come this way so we can give a final goodbye. We don't want to get in the way, so just come with me. Hopefully it's not raining anymore. Okay, I think we're in the clear. We're going to walk outside for 1 second. Well, everyone, I just wanted to say thank you so much for joining us today. That was an incredible tour behind the scenes, scoop and slice of the Rail Trail Flatbread Company and the New City Microcreamery. To all of my friends at Jewish Big Brother Big Sister, Zach, who's been behind the camera the whole time, Elise, to Jason, to Jeffrey, to Heather, to Lauren, and to all the bigs and littles and friends and family and everyone who tuned in today. Thank you so much. Go eat some ice cream, go eat some pizza, flatbread, and have a really great weekend. Cheers, everyone.